What's up, y'all? How are you? I'm tired. I just got in from work a little while ago. It's a pretty busy night at the restaurant. A little disheveled, a little shell shocked. But it's great. It's over now, and we are here together. Last night, I wasn't here because I was seeing Florence and the Machine with my sister and her wife at the Ascend Amphitheater. It's like an open air, well, it's an amphitheater by the river downtown. And oh my gosh, it was like such a ritual, amazing, like, I don't know, pagan dance fest. It was the best. It was like everybody like dressed to the nines in their like Florence Empress gowns, including the guys. Like there were so many guys like decked out in their Florence dresses too. Everybody was represented. Everybody was being their full self and being free spirits, and it was like the best time. It was so good. I was laughing because when I got there, like my sister and her wife were coming to meet me, so I was by myself, and I'm a bit minstrel right now, and so I was like already like having all the feelings, and then I was like getting like Beatlemania, like Michael Jackson level excited about Florence, so I'm already like feeling emotional. And then I'm seeing everyone like out, just being, individualistic and not afraid of what people think, and I'm just like, oh my god, like this is so inspiring. And it reminded me of, I don't know if anybody likes the series Anne with an E on Netflix, but it's like the reboot of Anne of Green Gables. And there's this one episode where Anne gets to go to like a party in the city at rich Aunt Josephine's house, and it's like this party of all these like bohemian people. And of course, this is set in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, so it's all Victorian, and that's really what it felt like. And me and my sister and her wife are sitting next to this other group of girls, and they were all like in, their lace and sequins and all that, and Empress drapes, and I was like talking to them because they were burning like incense and Palo Santo and stuff, and it was like, oh, I love that. It smells so good. And then I mentioned the Anne with an E show, and they all started freaking out because like they love that show too. And they're like, we're obsessed. Like this one girl was like, it's my comfort show. I watch it all the time. And I'm like, me too. It's like a joke, like an ongoing joke. People are like, just like, I just keep rewatching it with an E. So I found other people who also rewatch Anne with an E obsessively. And apparently the demographic where we cross over is Florence and the Machine, Anne with an E, witchcraft, mysticism, and creativity. And I don't know, it was such a fun show. But we are here now to talk about our extended reading for Wednesday. And I feel like it almost kind of takes the place of our manifestation oracle reading. So on Totally Tuesdays, we do our manifestation oracle reading. And like for the last month, it may be longer, like every week we get like almost the same cards. One of them being dream bigger. And literally that is like basically our message for today. We got abundance. We got gratitude. We got perception. Like usually I don't pull out so many of these oracle cards, but they came out together and they were like, this is us. Like they kind of flipped out and they presented, and I knew it was like a unified like message, and it made total sense. I saw right away that it was like, okay, the only thing that is holding us back now from absolute abundance and prosperity and just like the floodgates of our manifestations and our goals coming through is our perception. And if we can really strengthen our muscle for gratitude, and we can flavor our perception with gratitude, then it will open the floodgates of abundance open. Gratitude is one of the highest vibration, one of the most magnetic emotions or energies or powers, right? And so when we are in the essence of gratitude, that implies that we are certain in the light, in the Creator. We trust, we feel the fulfillment of having of having our desire fulfilled. So it's like, even if like, if we can get to a place of gratitude before our thing is there, like, we need to be able to believe before we see instead of see before we believe. And not just believe before we see, but be grateful for the having of it before we receive. Like, if you can think, oh, it's a done deal. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and start thinking and meditating on what it would be like to already have to live in the reality of having that desire fulfilled, and like get in there mentally, like to the degree that you start feeling excited about it, because the feeling is what creates the magnetism, right? Our thoughts and our ideas and our imagination, they kind of like get the order clear and together, but our magnetism, or the feelings that we feel of like feeling excited, feeling grateful, feeling like it's already ours, feeling the attainment, feeling the fulfillment, all those feelings, they suck the manifestation in, because we are then vibrating in resonance with the having of the thing. And then the only like quantum thing that can happen after that as follows is that it has to become physical, it has to materialize, right, to mirror and to express the energetic truth. Okay, so I feel like it's everything in our life is flavored by our perception, right? That's where it starts. All the things that are happening around us, we can be sitting next to another person who's sitting in the same circumstances and events happening, but they can perceive it completely differently. And because of that, me and that other person in the seemingly same circumstances or situation can be in entirely different situations because of our perception, right? If you are, perceiving yourself as the victim of circumstance, if your perception is that of, a pessimistic perception, a victim perception, instead of cause consciousness and effect consciousness, right? Then you're going to be blocked. You're going to be stagnant. You're not going to be attracting anything but negativity and lack, right? Because that's what you're going to be focused on. But if your perception is one of, a feeling of being, winning and, succeeding and feeling like you have purpose. And, it's like, okay, have you ever had, it's like when you get broken up with, this happened to me. I got broken up with, and it's not something that I wanted at the time, but after the fact, I was like, whoa, that was a really great thing that happened to me. And usually every time it's ever happened, it's been a great thing in the end, right? But it takes the right perception to be able to see that. And what's really powerful is not only being able to see like, oh yeah, that was probably a good thing that happened, even though it was like shitty circumstances. Or like one time I got in a car wreck and totaled my car, right? Shitty circumstances, but my perception of it, I was actually grateful, because that car started having really bad mechanical stuff happening, and it was getting really expensive, and the wreck totaled the car. And I ended up getting like an insurance money that ended up being a down payment on, another car, a better car. So the universe, had a plan to be able to provide me a car. I had to go through a kind of a jolting experience, right? And it was unpleasant. But my perception of it, at first it was like this, but very quickly, luckily, I was able to turn it around and be able to see the situation for what it was, and that it was actually a blessing in disguise, right? In both of those circumstances. Another example would be, like, say you have an illness or an ailment or something that's popped up. Like, that is not convenient. It's not great. It's never enjoyable, right? but it can also alert you to another health problem that you may have had going on, or that particular health problem that maybe would have gone unnoticed for too long had it not flared up. The health problems also are usually telling you about something energetically that's going on in your environment or spiritually within you that you maybe are unaware of, or that's out of your realm of consciousness or awareness. And so the body will many times try to get your attention with illness or pain or ailments and whatnot. And it's not to say that, you know, you're being punished for it or anything. It's just like, that's the language of the body. It uses feeling. And if the body wants to tell you something is bad, you know, it usually gives you like an unpleasant feeling to give you that signal, right? So the way we perceive the way that our life is playing out, the conditions of our life in this moment, it's all about mind over matter. You know, it all starts in the mind. Everything that we see, you know, it's like we're observing and we're making judgments. We're making judgments in our mind. We're having thoughts about everything. And then our thoughts and our judgments all of a sudden start putting us in moods, and we have emotions and feelings, and it starts to affect everything. Do you see it? And then your feelings are magnetized and drawing in whatever you're vibrating with, right? And so if you are not vibrating in positive, you know, gratitude and abundance, then you're not going to be getting gratitude and abundance. You're going to be drawing in negativity and chaos, right? And lack and scarcity. So we are, you know, trying to focus on our perception, because it ends up trickling into everything else, right? It ends up flavoring everything. It gets in like something that would be contaminating, like a spring, right? And all the water that runs out of that spring is contaminated. The whole river is contaminated, or the whole stream or creek or whatever, because the contamination starts up at the spring, right? So the spring or the source is our brain, our mind, our thoughts, our perceptions, right? That's kind of how we start each of our, you know, the source of our that's not really true either. The source of our energy field is source, but like where our flavor starts, it's like an inside job, right? Are you guys getting me? I'm so tired that like I can't make sense right now, and I can hear myself trying to explain this, but I'm not like finding any more sanity or clarity. So moving on from that point, but you get me. Oh, because then we've got the Empress for our tarot card. I can't think. So look at all like this together combined, okay? It's like we're right here. We have everything that we need. We have all of the components in place to sit pretty, like embody this moment as the Empress. It's just the only thing that's holding us back right now is our perception. It's the only thing, and to just practice gratitude. And the more gratitude we can practice, the more of the Empress essence will be in. The thing is, if we can't be present in the moment, like if we have no peace to sit with the now, if we're distracted by all of this like stuff that's going on around us, all this noise, chatter, things that don't matter, little stupid things that like don't really need to be taken care of, right? When we're distracted and we're anxious and we're not present, then we can't really be in the fulfillment of having, even if you're surrounded by all the riches and you get all your goals and you get all your dreams fulfilled. If you're not present and you don't have inner peace and you're not calm enough to take it in and really pay attention, then you can't really feel the depth of appreciation or even the fulfillment in the moment. Like you're not going to be satisfied. You're not going to be happy, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting all these things, but like nothing is like making me Like nothing's satiating me. And it's because in order to be fulfilled, you have to be able to sit in appreciation, in the presence, in the experience of the having. And you can't be fighting the moment that you're in. And you have to embrace the moment that you're in, whatever it is, you know, accept, do what you can. But like once, you know, there are certain things that are out of your control, it's like you have to recognize, you know, what you can control and what you can't. So really appreciate all that you have already around you. Really focus on how abundant you feel when you appreciate everything that's already around you, and you'll start to see that it'll just unlock this energetic flow, right? Because I think that really, like, the universe is just telling us right now, over and over and over again, week after week, like the only thing that's slowing you down and holding you back is like, it's like your mindset. It's the perception. It's what you think you're capable of. It's dreaming too small. It's, you know, getting distracted with maybe busyness, you know, or whatever, but you're not really in the moment, like enjoying and being in the celebration of the having of it, right? So be really super grateful and appreciative of all of the beauty and the love and the comfort and what you have around you that brings so much love and joy and goodness into your life already, and more will be on the way. I'm really excited. I think really good things are coming, you guys. We are days away from Rosh Hashanah. It starts Sunday. So it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday at sundown till Tuesday night. And yeah, so there's a lot of energy that we have available to us to really correct things that we want to change within ourselves right now. You know, lots of tests and challenges coming up, but as we meet those, that opens us up to like transmute our darkness into like positivity and powerful like potential within us that can unfold into abundance, you know, success, prosperity, a bountiful harvest, right? But before we harvest, before, you know, this Rosh Hashanah comes around, and before, you know, the trumpet blows and we've kind of sealed our fates in for the year, we want to do those last minute things that we can to really get clear about like, okay, what are these toxic traits about myself that I'm trying to grow through and transcend? What am I ready to let go of? You know, what am I ready to put down and not do anymore? What promises am I ready to start keeping to myself, right? So there's just little tweaks that we need to fine tune, you know, before the big harvest times, before the big blowing of the shofar to get our blessings for the year. So before all that goes down, before you know, reap your own harvest or whatever, be sure to get your attitude right so that when it is time for like the windfall to come in, you've set yourself up for the best results. All right, you guys, I feel a bit of brain fog tonight. I don't feel very smooth or charming or funny. I don't know if anything I said made sense. But tomorrow I have a day off and I'm gonna get to rest, and I'm just gonna like be by myself and not do anything. I just haven't had any like hermit time in like a week or so, and that's usually what I need to stay sane more than anything else, is like enough sleep and enough hermit time. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. So excited. All right, well, y'all be good until then. See ya. Bye.